Hello and good afternoon, or should I say, mayong hapon from Manila Terminal 3. We are parked here by runway 13, the runway 13 side of Manila, and we are going to be flying to Dumaguete. This is a requested video by a fellow viewer of the channel that commented requesting to do a to do this flight. Actually, weirdly enough, or coincidentally, um, this flight I was actually planning to film for a different video because my dad grew up in Dumaguete, and he moved out of Dumaguete to Manila after college, after studying in Siliman University. So we are going to be doing this flight in honor of my dad. He didn't, nothing special here. I just wanted to do this for fun. And for this, and in honor of the of the person who requested this video. So we will be cruising at 35,000 feet and we're flying as Cebu 2627 on the Airbus Fenix Airbus A320. So without further ado, let's hop on board and set her up for the 1 hour journey. Welcome back to the cockpit of the Phoenix A320. Right off the bat, we're just gonna start setting up our MCDU here because right now we're boarding and I think they're almost done boarding. Don't mind if it's Air Asia. GSX automatically chose it because I used the EFB to start boarding. So we are going to be Cebu Pacific Flight 2627. Our cost index is 5. I think I'll just put this up here so you can also see whatever I'm doing. Flight level is 350. And then we are going to be using runway 24. Hang on. Runway 24 for departure. We look over here. Routing there. On the Verde to Papa departure. Verde to Papa. Insert. And we're gonna also put our arrival into Dumaguete, which is the Nanas 1 Whiskey, RNAV 27. So we will be using FLS here. We will be using FLS for this flight because setting up the RNAV, flying an RNAV, and it's going to be a bit hard for me because I'm talking at the same time, and yeah, RNAV approaches are pretty stressful, so we will be using FLS to help me out here. All right, so we can put in the weights actually. We will put the weights here. So 57.4 as our zero fuel weight. Our fuel consumption, I think our fuel will be 5.6 tons. So the baggage is still being loaded.
Manila to 21 will continue climb flight level 250 final and will fly left direct Timon.
I'm just gonna tune out of Unicom real quick because Filipinos, they talk way too much in Unicom. They give so much unnecessary information. So that is our flight plan here. We don't have the CG though, because our baggage is still being loaded. Never mind, the boarding is completed. Hang on, there's still a guy just loading up the last pieces of luggage here. Why is... Okay, so this is a bug in GSX. boarding. It says there. It said their boarding is completed, but even though it's stuck, it's technically not yet done. Okay, now it is done. All right, good. We'll go ahead and send the load sheet to our MCDU from the EFB here. So we got a center of gravity of 31.8. Yeah. Okay. 5.6 tons. Good. We are going by really fast here. So runway 24, we're going to put this wet because it just recently rained. Earlier it rained. We got a V1135, VR149, V2149, Flex 68. So 135, 149, 149, Flex 68. Okay, good. We'll set this to 35,000 feet. No, yeah, 35,000 feet. Because that is our final cruising altitude, and there's no ATC online. Okay, good. We are almost ready. We just need to do one more bit. I showed this on the last video, what pilots do when setting up their secondary flight plan here. So RPLL, runway 24. Actually, I think it's a good time to set up our charts here. Gonna put up the charts, sync the route. There we go. Okay, and then Manila. Start. There we go. So runway 24, the heading is 243. So RPLL 24 slash 243 slash 20 miles. So put 20 miles. Put that there. Enable a hold. Computed. Hold. RPLL is our returning airport. New destination. Arrival. 24. No star. There we go. That is inserted. We go here to our performance page and set up the performance page as well. So we don't. So because we're going to be really busy in the cockpit if something goes wrong, and so 1007, the ground temperature at Manila is 28 degrees. Winds are 260 at 12. My gosh, okay. 260 at 12. And the minimums for the ILS 24. We go here to our approach chart. We'll start that 375 on for the minimums. There you go. So that is our secondary flight plan set. We are done with our setup. So let's go ahead and start the cockpit preparation checklist. So gear pins and covers removed. We got fuel quantity, 5,620 kilograms. Seatbelt signs are on. Aiders, they are on nav. And BARF 10007, 1007, 1007. Cockpit preparation checklist is complete. So we'll go ahead and ask GSX to start our pushback and departure. So we'll start the pre-flight here. That's good. We'll do the engine fire test. There we go. Fuel pumps on. External power off. The doors are not arming actually. We'll just turn on the beacon lights. I think it's one of those situations where if you turn on the beacon lights, it will automatically arm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why the luggage trucks are. Okay, now they're driving away. Okay. It's a bug in. I think I have to update GSX, honestly. We'll remove the GPU and shocks. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're set. Hopefully I didn't forget anything actually. So yeah, we're gonna double check if there's any ATC. Thank God no. Are we still recording? Yes, we are. So we'll do Sierra, probably Sierra 22 facing north. What's Sierra 22 Alpha actually? I don't know. We'll do Sierra 22 Alpha. All right, so let's start the before start checklist. Parking brake set. Takeoff speed and thrust. We got V1135, VR149, V2149, Flex 68. Windows closed on my side, closed on his side. Beacon is on. The before start checklist is complete. Cockpit to ground. You may begin push. Off block time 2-1. Now we gotta wait for the signal to start our engines. Nice. All right. Thank you. All right. So ignition start. Starting engine number 1. Oh, parking brake is set. All right, just wait. We gotta start up both of our engines now. Why do we have a company message? All right, starting engine number 2. There we go. Good, good, good. Engine number 2 starting up. Okay. Armor spoilers. Flaps 1. Reset that. Turn off the APU now. Check the status. There we go. Just gotta wait for the tug to disconnect now. Thank you. Okay. We'll just wait for this tug to move to the side of the plane, then we can start our after start checklist. Okay. So the after start checklist, anti-ice is off. Yeah, we don't need anti-ice. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim, we have 30.2, so we'll set that really quick. I think that will do. Yeah. And rudder trim is neutral. The after start checklist is complete. Okay, let's set up our radars here. Weather radar and terrain radar. Let's start with the app. We'll do a flight control check first, so we don't get too distracted while taxiing. Full left, full right, neutral, full down, full up, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. The flight controls are checked. So let's start taxiing here. So the plan for let's do this really quick. I'll quickly brief you guys on the taxi. So based on flight radar, the real flight to Dumaguete, they parked all the way here for some reason, backtracked runway 1, they backtracked runway 31, vacated out of Foxtrot 2 to join Delta, then left to Charlie, over to Hotel 1 runway 24. That is the taxi route that we will be doing. So yeah, let's get a move on. No time to waste. You gotta go. So we'll have to start backtracking here. Turn to the right. Turn on the strobe lights as well. Let's do a quick brake check. Brakes are working. Good to know. Thank you. Alright, so taxi checklist, flight controls, we already did that. Flap setting is 1 plus F. Yep, 1 plus F. Radar and predictive wind shear is on and auto. Engine mode select is on norm. We low-key might have to put that on ignition start because of the clouds. And ECAM mode takeoff, no blue. Taxi checklist is complete. Okay, put that on the charts now. Slow down here. Gonna vacate out of runway 13 now. Here we go. Turn off here. Turn off the strobes. We're good. Okay. Hang on, my rudders are acting up a bit. Oh, nice. There's a Philippine Airlines jet right there. And if you're wondering, if you're not familiar with Philippine geography, you're wondering where in the world is Dumaguete, it's literally situated in Negros Occidental. So the Visayas region. Sorry, not Negros Occidental, Negros Oriental. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get roasted I'm gonna get roasted by the comments. I overshot that turn. My bad. Need to get better on taxiing here. Man, this is a one long taxi, no? Also, if you want to see like different content, like for example, like X-Plane, like me flying on X-Plane or trying out, other games, I guess. Let me know in the comments, but hopefully I'll stick to flight sim only. FPS games, not a big fan. Also, I was planning to take out X-Plane because I haven't flown it in a while, but I realized I don't have the towless A320 Neo for X-Plane 12, so we will save up for that. Okay. We'll slow down here. Rail traffic, Cebu 2627 taking off runway 24 Verde 2 Papa departure. IFR to Dumaguete, Manila. Okay, runway 24 is verified. Packs 1 and 2 are on. Cabin is secured. The lineup checklist is complete. All right, here we go. We got an hour of flight ahead of us. Let's go. Manflex 68 SRS from my auto thrust is blue. $100 knots. V1. Rotate.
The traffic looking side for taxi. 1,160 for vehicle 7 charge for 1.
Positive rate. Europe. Nav. Well, you can really feel you can really see the winds acting up here. Because it's storm season. Alright, I'll turn on auto power when engaged. Thrust, climb, alt magenta. Flaps 1, speed check flaps 1. Sorry, flap 0, speed check flap 0. Sorry, I've just been flying way too much. I've been flying the A350 way too much recently. I would always get the takeoff performance of flaps 2. There you go. Right. Hopefully it's not too stormy in Dumaguete. Hopefully the weather is better there. Alright, we're flying through some clouds. Alright, we'll put on ignition start. And it's raining. Okay. Thank God that we're out of that. Okay. Yeah, we're still good. Okay. Seatbelt signs are off. We'll turn the seatbelt signs off. Seems stable for now. And we'll go to our progress page. 350-370-388. And we'll put in... No, that's not the 27, sorry. No. Pull that. Okay. So this is the part of the flight where I leave you guys. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys later when we start planning out the descent, our approach rather. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight as we make our way down to Dumaguete.
I watch the rain streak down our window. We never dreamed it'd get this bad. Like a fool I assumed our troubles would just dissipate. Why do we wait to change until it's too late? We're a cauldron on the fire, ready to erupt, with the blood moon sinking over us. But it ain't over till it's over. Cut the darkness with a flame. A single word can bring you closer. Break the silence with a whisper.
Welcome back to the flight deck. We are roughly 64 nautical miles to our top of descent. So we'll start planning out our arrival. Nothing much actually, since we already filled out the arrival plan in our MCDU. So we'll just have to fill in our performance page. Thank God that the winds are in our favor, 200 at 6. So. And QNH is 1008 with the ground temperature of 32 degrees. So 1008 on the QNH, 32 degrees, with the winds being 260 at 200 at 6. Okay. Now if we look at our charts here, we will and we see our RNAV arrival. So the minimum climb gradient for the Airbus A320 is 2.5. So, but with our weight, I think we can go for 3, hopefully. But yeah, we'll just put that on 2.5 for now, just to be safe. So 870 on the minimums here. Then we'll copy active, make a copy of our flight plan. So we'll do the descent briefing now, actually. Why is there I think we're missing a transition here. Yeah. SATA. There you go. Okay. Nice. Okay, so let's do our descent briefing. So once again, we follow the C2F format. So But every airline has a different SOP or standard of operation for whenever we do descent briefings. But the standard for Airbus is C2 left. So the charts we're going to be using, we will be using the Nanas 1 Whiskey arrival chart, which is chart 10-2. The RNAV RNP runway 27 chart 12-1. The traffic circuit, I don't know why is it here, but we'll take note of that. Chart 19-2, and the ground chart for Dumaguete, which is chart 10-9, which is kind of useless because there's nothing. It's basically an airstrip and a tiny apron. Terrain we have to worry about. It's actually the terrain we have to worry about. The highest is 5,100. I'll show you guys later when we start approaching Dumaguete. This is going to be on the other side of the runway, the mountainous area. So when we do the go around, we have to be careful of that terrain, because when we're approaching runway 27 and we have to go around, the mountain area is just at the other side. So we have to be very careful. The weather for today, as briefed earlier when we were doing the performance page, the QNH is 1008, temperature, ground temperature of 32 degrees, winds 200 at 6. So pretty calm winds. Hopefully some sunny weather when we arrive into Dumaguete. Operations will be using full reverse and medium braking or manual braking if necessary. And fuel consumption, we have 1.5 tons of extra, so that's 46 extra minutes of flying time for our alternate, which is going to be Cebu Mactan. Alright, so that is the descent briefing completed. Now we just have to wait for our top descent. Okay, so we are approaching into Dumaguete. We're just about to turn over to the RNAV approach. So I think we should actually start slowing down. So we'll keep 210 knots, or rather we can keep it up at green dot speed actually rather. We'll put on flaps 1. There we go. Okay. Then we'll put LS here. I don't think FLS is enabled. Oh my gosh. Of course it's not enabled. There you go. There you go. So we're on glide. Okay, now we'll activate the approach phase now. Alright, so approach checklist. We have BarRef QNH 1007 set. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums set at 870. And auto brake medium. Engine mode select is on norm. The approach checklist is complete. Alright, so we got F-lock star. Alright, yeah, this is the windy bit. Starting to slow down now. Good. I'll remove the speed brake. Let's do flaps 2. Flaps 2, speed check. Flaps 2. I don't have a sight of the runway yet. So this is what I was talking about. This is the terrain ahead. You can see that mountain top there. So when we do the go around, we have to be very careful. All right, we got F-lock. There you go. So the FLS system is now active. It acts as an ILS system, but this time it's reading the terrain and then as well as the descent path of the RNAV. So this is what pilots were seeing on most of the Airbus aircraft when the ILS system for Ninoy Aquino International Airport was out. The ILS system for that airport was out for the majority of the time until San Miguel Corporation took over, and then they fixed everything. So thank God that the ILS system is back. Doing RNAV, like almost every time I go into Manila, it was hell. All right, so 6 miles, gear down. I'm gonna spoilers. We're now approaching Dumaguete. Flaps 3, speed check flaps 3. This is also the first time that we're gonna be landing at a very short runway. This is probably the shortest runway we're gonna ever land in this channel. And flaps full, speed check flaps full. Right. So landing checklist. ECAM memo, landing notebook. Landing checklist is complete. The go around altitude for this is 3,000 feet. Good. Right. We'll keep that chart there. And I'll also prepare a GSX. Let's do this. There you go. Okay, good. Alright, we have the runway inside. Right there. This is gonna be fun.
1,000.
Checked. I'm gonna take off the autopilot now.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue, committed to land. Yeah, we got a crosswind.
500. 400. 300. 200. 1,000. 100. 50, 30, 20, retard.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. Alright, manual braking. There we go. And that is how you land into Dumaguete. Flight time of 1 hour and 2 minutes. Nice. We're definitely gonna need So what I did there, I had to force the nose on the ground, or else the thrust reversers won't deploy fully. Because we kind of missed the touchdown zone, but that's fine. Got plenty of runway to stop. So this is our gate. I'm gonna turn off the wind shear, the weather radar before I kill him. Turn off the lights so I don't blind him rather. This airport is significantly smaller than Caticlan from the video that I did like months ago. Try to get a good parking here. Alright, there, just keep it straight. Put a bit of thrust. I think there's an incline here on the apron. There we go. Right, cool. Parking brake set. AP bleed off. And 1 and 2. Fortunately, I don't have that replay. I don't have the replay of that landing. Very good parking. There you go. Done. Got the job done. Okay, so we'll do deboard. Pilot briefing. So let's do the parking checklist. Parking brake is set. Engines off. Wing lights off. Fuel pumps, they are off. Parking checklist is complete. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dumaguete. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed that video from Manila to Dumaguete. I will now do the returning flight so to bring this plane back. So thank you guys for watching. Also thank you to the person who recommended me this flight to do. And like the video if you actually like the video. Subscribe to see more content like this, and leave a comment down below if you want to see how's my flying. If you want to like comment on like how's my flying, how's the landing, or if you have any flight requests, domestic or international. It doesn't have to originate from the Philippines. I could fly wherever. Or any specific plane you want me to show, do let me know, and I'm more than happy to make a video about it. So thank you guys for watching, and stay safe. God bless. I hope you guys will be safe in this typhoon season, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.